In the name of Allah, the most beneficial and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. I am Abdul Muiz alongside with my companion Muhammad Haris Anwar and Muhammad Rahim Saleh. We will be presenting you about solar energy car. So, what is the basic principle for solar energy car? As you may see, we are actually converting solar energy into electrical energy. For this, we are using photoelectric cell, which is also our main component of our project. As photoelectric cell convert electrical energy from the sun, convert electrical energy with the help of sunlight from the sun and proceeded to power tracker, which may further proceed in our project. Well, there are some list of components we will be using for our project. Number one is solar arrays. Solar arrays actually used for collecting sunlight from the sun and convert it into electrical energy. And number two is our power tracker. Power tracker is basically a simple microcontroller. Well, you can say that it is used for simply controlling the voltage and the current which is proceeded in our circuit. The third priority is given to the batteries. As you may see, the voltages is to be stored in some place like batteries for further procedure if there is no sunlight present. Number 4 is our motor controllers. Yes, motor controllers will be u- will be used to rotate our vehicle's wheels. And yeah, also number 5th is sunlight, which is also most importantly for our project. Well, what actually happens? The basic science behind is in conversion of sunlight of sun into electrical energy is the photoelectric effect. What is photoelectric effect? It is the emission of electron when electromagnetic radiation such as light hits a material. Well, basically in easy way I can say that when light is in contact with the metal surface, the electrons in the metal get excited in the state they produces static charges, or you may say static electricity. Well, static electricity, yeah, you may say you rub your hand and you may see some goosebumps coming. Yeah, that's also a example of static electricity. Well, static electricity is further converted into AC alternate current voltage, and yeah, this then it's proceeded to our power trackers. Now Mohammed Haris will be telling you about our components in detail. So next to Haris.
Now, thank you, Abdul Muiz. Now, here, my name is Mohammed Haris Anwar, and I am going to discuss some very basic components of, uh, you can say, solar powered car or solar, the car which is run by solar energy. And the first very basic component is solar array, or in general, you know it by the name solar panels. Now, what it does, it collects the energy from the sun and convert it into electrical energy. What it means, it basically converts the solar array energy. They collect first, solar array collects sunlight, and then due to the reaction of photons in solar array, means in solar panel, electrical current is produced. So here basically the photons which came with the light of sun, are now converting into electrons. Electrons means current, because current, as we know, it is a very basic definition of current, that it is the flow of electrons. So basically here the photons are converting into electrons, as this process is known as photoelectric effect, as Abdul Muiz told us about it in the previous slide. Now the very next basic important component is power tracker, or important device is power tracker. What it does, it looks like a very complex sort of electrical circuit now. So the role of power tracker is to convert solar array voltage into system voltage. Solar array voltage means the voltage which we achieve via solar panels into our system voltage. Means system, for us here the system is our engine of the car, how the car moves, how the car runs, all the stuff behind our system. Means here system is engine. So in this step, power tracker in the car receives energy from the solar array and is altered according to the power ratings of the car. Means here our power tracker is basically receives energy from the solar panel, and is alter means it changes its energy, or it allocates the energy to different parts of the car as required or as intended by the user. Here the user of car is basically driver. So that's how all the machines are supposed to be working. They supposed to be work as required by the user. That's how all the machines are working. And one important point, that here the excess energy is sent to the batteries. What the batteries do, now I'm going to discuss that. Here some very special type of batteries are used, some very heavy duty purpose, for some very heavy duty purpose. Why? Because here in solar powered car, the batteries are having some very, are going to be do some very important tasks. Because what will happen, how the solar powered car will go in the night or in some rainy weather day. Because so here the batteries have very key role to do. The excess electricity from the power tracker, as we discussed earlier, is stored in battery for future use in car, as I already told you about it. This energy is sent to the motors and controllers to make the car move. That's how the car are moving. The energy is sent to the motors and controllers, and the motors and controllers are now going to rotate and do all the stuff which the car is supposed to be work, how the engine brakes, all the things behind it. Now what the motors and controllers are do, the motor controller adjusts the amount of energy that's flow to the motor to correspond the throttle. Now what's the meaning of throttle? Here we read the word throttle. It's a new word for us. Throttle means it is basically simply a device or a part of the machine or a part of the engine which is supposed to be regulate or power the engine as required by the user, or power the, you can say here, steam engine. Not here steam engine, but in generally it is used for the word. When energy is sent to the motor by battery, the motor adjusts the amount of energy that's flow to the throttle. Basically it just regulates. Motor is here to regulate throttle, as throttle is going to be do some further work. This all system is used to move a car. So now I'm going to conclude my work not completely, because in the next Rahim will come. Here what happened, first energy came into solar panels. Solar panels convert solar panels convert the solar array energy into electrical energy. Then it sends to the power tracker. Power tracker now then allocates energy to different parts of the car, or you can say here and then batteries will do work in the future work, or when there will be no sun or in rainy cloud weather. And then basically either in rainy days or even in days, at the end of the day, the energy which we achieve from solar array is go to the motors and controllers. And now here why we use solar electric car, what are the incentives, why we use solar car, why not to use some other sort of cars? So here are some different uses, some very different advantages, and some very good incentives, and even some other different things, some drawbacks and its economy related stuff. Now Rahim, now its mic is over to you.
I am Rahim Salik, and I am going to tell you or discuss about some eco-friendly behavior. As we know, global warming is a biggest or main factor in today's world. Global warming is increased day by day. So we can say that solar power cars are very best, or have a good advantage for this, to decrease global warming day by day. But how? Solar power car to have electric motors, as we know, but these motors are actually operated by electrical energy. But where electrical energy comes from? So sunlight converts electrical energy. So sunlight convert into electrical energy by using cells or batteries. And other main factor about eco-friendly behavior is that we can say that emission of gases, no emission of gases if there is no global warming. So no emission of gases means no air pollution or environmental pollution, which is the biggest or main factor. And other one is how I'm going to tell you about no fuel cost. No fuel cost is the biggest main advantage in this presentation. As we know that fuels costs are increased day by day or decreased day by day, but in the main factor of is this, that increase day by day. So now I can say you that solar powered cars are free of cost. in the terms of fuels. But how? As we know that always the energy from sun is unlimited and free, but getting solar panels is respectively expensive. This is only thing that solar panels are extremely expensive. But as the technology is involved so this means that these prices of solar panels are declining day by day, which is a main or good factor. And once you spend some dollars on solar panels, then you will enjoy a modern life for approximately 30 to 25 to 30 years easily. Now I am going to tell you or discuss about the investment by the companies or brands on solar powered cars. There are so many brands and so many companies that had already invest a lot of dollars, a lot of investment for this purpose. As we know, Toyota, Hyundai, etc., etc. Toyota actually has a car available with solar cells installed already. Currently available only in Japan. And other one is Hyundai. In 2019, Hyundai announced that they are releasing a version of their Sonata hybrid car, which are also installed by solar cells. Initially only available in South Korea, in now, but in future this will also be available in different continents or countries or cities. So, and also important key point about Hyundai is that Hyundai note that 30 to 60%, which is a huge difference. 30 to 60% of cars battery could be charged using solar panel technology. So this is a very good advantage that you could charge your car's battery about 30 to 60% in daytime, and then it will store energy. You will utilize it when there is no sun, or in cloudy days, or in rainy days, for short routes or long, not a long route, but short routes. With some merits, there is also demerits. So now I'm going to tell you about the drawbacks of solar powered cars. The first and important drawback is cost. The initial cost of solar power cars are very high, because the initial cost of solar panel, initial cost of batteries and wirings are too much high, because there is not only one single solar panel, not only a single battery, but there is installation of a lot of solar panels or batteries, which will sum up the cost is very high. And the other one is weather dependent. We know solar cells are totally weather dependent. So if there is weather condition is not good, such as a rainy days or cloudy days, so we cannot consider our long routes. We can consider only our short routes. And then other one is actually the cannot available for long routes. Yes, cannot be available for long route. But why? Solar cars definitely stores energy, but not as much as required by cars to go for some long journey, because we can store energy in our battery for a short route, as we can use our solar power cars in daytime as a long route. But as the sunlight becomes dark, and so night in our we can use only for the short routes, as our batteries are not considered for a long routes. The energy stored in batteries is not much as we can consider. So this is our entire group presentation. Thanks a lot.